This is a narrator-curator production.
The Raven, by Edgar Allan Poe, a masterpiece in the world of poetry, is a narrative poem known for its dark, melancholic tone and supernatural atmosphere. Written in 1845, it tells the story of a grieving man tormented by a talking raven, symbolizing his descent into madness. The poem is famed for its use of internal rhyme and meter, creating a mesmerizing and haunting rhythm. Poe's life was marred by tragedy and loss, mirrored in the poem's themes. The Raven explores grief, loss, and the human psyche's struggle with accepting the finality of death. The Raven's repeated nevermore echoes the protagonist's despair and the futility of seeking solace in the face of irreversible loss. Its setting, a dreary midnight scene in December, and the presence of the raven, a traditional symbol of death, contribute to the poem's eerie and ominous mood. This work cemented Poe's reputation as a master of the macabre and a pioneer of the horror genre. In essence, The Raven is a vivid reflection of Poe's own life experiences, his fascination with the morbid and melancholic, and a deep exploration of human sorrow and the shadows it casts on the soul.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow. Sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering long, I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word. "Lenore?" "This," I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore!" Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, By the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shores, quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door with such name as nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther then he uttered, not a feather, then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast, and followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of never, nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling straight, I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then, upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er. But whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee respite, respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe and forget this lost Lenore, cooed the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn it shall clasp a sainted maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door, quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.
Thank you for joining us on this unique journey through Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, brought to life with the latest AI technologies. We've delved deep into the haunting verses of this classic poem, exploring its themes of loss, longing, and the macabre through a blend of art and technology. Tech Overview, ChatGPT 4. This advanced AI model has been at the core of our exploration, providing detailed explanations, interpretations, and engaging narratives about Poe's work. Its sophisticated understanding of language and literature has allowed us to dissect the intricacies of the Raven. DALL-E. For visual representation, DALL-E has been instrumental. It transformed text descriptions into vivid images, capturing the essence of each stanza in the poem. The images you saw are a testament to how AI can interpret and visualize literary themes. LeiaPix 3D. This technology added a layer of depth to our visuals, making the scenes from The Raven more immersive. The 3D effects created through LeiaPix have helped in bringing a new dimension to our understanding of the poem. Canva, an intuitive design tool. Canva supported the overall aesthetic presentation. It helped in seamlessly integrating the various elements of our project, ensuring that each part complements the other. 11 Labs voice technology to bring oral life to Poe's words. 11 Labs voice technology has been invaluable. It provided a clear, expressive narration, enhancing the overall experience of the poem and making it accessible in a new, auditory form. If you've enjoyed this unique blend of Edgar Allan Poe's chilling poetry and cutting-edge AI technology, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Your support will bring forth more such creative content. But remember, if there's no encouragement, it might just be never more. Haha. See what I did there? Your engagement determines whether it's an endless trove of AI-assisted literary journeys or a quiet descent into the silence of the Raven's nevermore. Thanks for tuning in and exploring the eerie depths of the Raven with us. Here's to many more adventures, or, in the words of Poe, perhaps, nevermore.